network issues, I got disconnected. So I was about to conclude my introductory remarks on MediaWatch, and ma'am has already highlighted all the operative part of the introduction. So I think I should stop here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So now let me welcome Dr. Uma Shankar Pandey, who is the editor of MediaWatch. Dr. Pandey is also IIMCR ambassador. He is associate professor and head Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Surendranath College for Women, Kolkata. Sir, over to you.
Thank you. Now, Dr. Bhattacharya is back. So I think I have presented the screen. Is that screen visible to everyone?
A very good afternoon to all the distinguished participants here. At the beginning, I first like to give a big thanks to Dr. Uma Shankar Pandey. It was this LaTeX thing actually came out of a discussion. Just one day, me and Dr. Pandey was about research in various journals and academic publications. So I was telling him that LaTeX is a very interesting software which actually helps. It's a very interesting document processing our documentation in a much better way. So then, sir, as always, he was very enthusiastic about it, and he told me, why can't we take a session on this LaTeX? And after that, sir did a lot of finished a few courses on that. So I want to say that LaTeX is, so it is spelled as LATEX, but it is basically it's pronounced as LaTeX. So these are the discussion points for today. We were going to talk about research and publication and its importance, how documentation can be done through LaTeX, and how to operate LaTeX online. So my main focus will be the operation of LaTeX online. So before going into that, I will try to give you some hands-on also. So it's basically the most important part I feel in research is basically documentation and writing. So we all know that when the people, especially who have done the research and who have submitted our thesis, we know how much time it takes for this kind of documentations. So now documentation actually talks about, these days in academics, one thing is very evident. Everybody says that it's very important that you should publish, because if you don't publish in a regular basis, you lose the touch. Research is all about publishing. And it is also said that if you are not publishing on a regular basis, you become backdated. So the most important thing that we all should remember that we have to go on publishing, and for that we need proper documentation, and also we need to do it in a very methodical manner. So if you just can change the slide. So basically documentations in a very methodical manner is important. Now next one, that for this kind of methodical documentation, actually LaTeX plays a major role. Though we write it as LaTeX, but it is pronounced as LaTeX, and it is a document preparing system. It is a word processor. It is very different from Word. And the most important thing is you can work through LaTeX online and offline in both the modes. So both online and offline modes are available, and it can be done properly with the help of LaTeX. Now, LaTeX is based on a typesetting system which was designed by Donald Knuth in 1978. And it was a high quality digital typesetting. The text is basically a low level language that computers can work with. But most people found it very difficult at that time. So then they came up with LaTeX, which is much more user-friendly. The most important advantage of LaTeX is that actually you can do documentation of various formats. Like with the help of LaTeX, you can do article formatting for journals. you can do books, you can write theses, you can make presentations. So plenty of things can be done with the help of LaTeX, and the formatting is really very easy. It helps in preparing a lot of documentations. You can write dissertations, theses, and you can also make PowerPoint with the help of LaTeX. And the most interesting thing is LaTeX is very useful for referencing. So like APA style and other styles, IEEE styles of referencing can be very easily done with the help of LaTeX. Now, I am going to take you through online LaTeX, like how you can use the online LaTeX. So if you can come to that slide of how to use LaTeX online. So yes, the next one, yeah, this one. So if you want to use LaTeX online, so the previous one. If you want to use LaTeX online, this is the site Overleaf. So you have to go and type Overleaf online LaTeX editor. The moment you type Overleaf, this is what going to come, Overleaf online LaTeX editor. So once you click, this is the page which is going to come. Now, if you are the first time user, you have to register here. And if you're not the first time user, naturally, you can just go to login. So the first time user will go with the help of register. So this is the first thing that you have to do. Now, the next one, next slide, please, sir. So if you click on register, this is what you are going to see. You can register with your existing Gmail ID. You put your password, or you can register directly from Google. Or if you have an ORCID ID, I'm sure many of here the participants present are into researching. So they know what is ORCID all about. So if you have an ORCID ID, you can also register with the help of that. So registration process is very simple, and yes, it is free. They don't charge anything from you. You just can go to Google, you can register yourself with all these things, and you can just start. Now, if you are not the first time user, you are using it for the second time. So then you will go to login. You can log in with your mail ID. You can log in with IEEE ID. Like if you're a regular contributor of IEEE, you will get a login from there. You can do it with Google. You can do it with Twitter, and also you can do it ORCID. So now let's say we have logged in. So next we go to this page. Once you logged in, this is what you are going to see in Overleaf. See, this side it is written as new project. The moment you click new project, this is what you are going to see. Blank project, example project, upload project. And see, these are the templates which are already there. You don't have to do anything for that. See, academic journal, book, formal letter, assignment, poster, presentation, project, lab report, resume, CV, thesis, anything. All these things actually you can do with the help of LaTeX. You just need to click in any of the templates. Now, since we are doing it for the first time, so we are going to click the new project and the blank project. So once I click the new project, this is what going to come. So then I type here research and I type create. So once that is done, then the next slide, sir, please. Yeah, so this page is going to come. This is the page where we are going to work. So you see the left-hand side page is basically your working space, and the right-hand side space is basically where the documents are going to come. Now, once you click the blank project without selecting any template, this is what going to come. Document class article. So by default, article will be there. Then use package, title, author, date. So see, in the title I have written as LaTeX learning. So it has come here. Author I have put Dr. Manali Bhattacharya, which has come here. I have put date, which has again come here. And you know, after typing everything, you just need to click this recompile button. So whatever you type here, you type this recompile button and it gets reflected. One thing you need to remember always, there is by default begin document and end document. Everything that you write, you have to write or paste within this. You cannot go beyond this. So begin document and end document, and everything has to come in between. And another important thing you should always remember that, see, there is a curly bracket which is always there, and it comes by default. You have to keep this curly bracket always intact. You cannot use square bracket or any other bracket. So it has to be curly bracket, begin document and end document, and everything you can just paste it inside this. And after doing, you just recompile and it will come here. So for referencing, I have already done that. So in the next slide, you can see this. See here, I have already pasted some documents here, and see, this has come this side. So after typing recompile, this is coming this side. And it is always within begin document and end document. Another interesting thing you see, this part where I am working, there is no formatting. I have not formatted anything, but here it is already formatted. So LaTeX automatically do the formatting. You don't have to do anything in LaTeX. It automatically takes it, the format, everything. Just you need to put in the document class as article or whatever it is like that. So now, if this thing is clear, I'm coming to the next portion, that is section. How you can put sections in LaTeX. So you just see this slide. Initially, LaTeX is a bit difficult to handle because you need to remember a few commands. But this is very easy. I'm giving you the shortcuts. What you have to do is just give this backslash, put backslash and type sec. The moment you type sec, section will automatically come. And then within the curly bracket, you write whatever you want to write. Whether it's introduction, whether it's literature review, whatever you want to write, you can just write it here. Recompile and see here the introduction is already put. So you just write this command you need to remember, backslash section. The moment you type SEC, section will come. You put introduction and it will come here. So just see, they have already taken one introduction. Now your introduction chapter is having a subsection. So what you have to do is, again, put a backslash, then you write sub. So they will automatically take subsection. You just need to click and you will get this. And I have put, just for the example, as I have written phase 1. So you see here it's 1.1, that is phase 1. So section and subsection both can be done very easily. So just put a backslash, section, introduction, it is here. Backslash, subsection, you write whatever you want and it will be here. Just remember always, this backslash is very important and this curly bracket is very important. So it has to come every time. And everything you are writing within begin document and end document. So this is how you can put as many sections as you want. Wherever you want to put the section, just you have to go there, put a backslash, write section, and it will come. Same with the subsection. So the next one. So again, I can divide it into subsection. So we know that when we are writing a thesis or a dissertation or a PhD or anything, we need a lot of subsections. So see, I have put that. Again, a backslash, and I have to put subsection, and I have put here as LaTeX. So see that here it has come 1.1.1 LaTeX. And you just see here, this side, there is no proper gap, no proper alignment, but this side, everything is there. The alignments are perfect. And yes, I have not given this space, but you can also specify the space. You can specify the font size and everything. They just take it automatically. So section, subsection, and subsection can be very easily done with this. See, I have put one more section here. This is section 2. I have not mentioned anything. I just have used a backslash section and I have wrote set text. Automatically, they have taken it as second section. So now anything I put under this subsection or subsection, it will automatically come as 2.1, 2.1.1 like that. So, you know, making documentation is very, very easy with the help of LaTeX. So I hope that section, subsection, and subsection is clear to you. So in the next slide, I'm going to show you. In the next slide, I'm going to show you like how you can actually put the font size and everything. So on the top, there is a document class, which where by default they have taken it as an what should I say? Where they have by default taken it as article. So there you can put a square bracket and you can write down the font size and the exact font that you want to use. Whatever font you want to use, whatever size you want to use, you have to put it in the document class as a square bracket. In the curly bracket, article, book, or whatever is written on the square button, square bracket, you have to write the thing that you want to do. Now, abstract. So every article definitely will be having an abstract. So what I have to do for abstract is, I have to type within the begin document. I cannot go beyond the begin document. So within the begin document, I have to put a backslash and I have to type begin, and they will give me several options. So let's say I take abstract. So abstract has come here, but I have not recompiled. So you see this side, abstract is not there. Abstract is showing here, but abstract is not this side. So again, for abstract, you have to start as begin abstract and end abstract. Both of this has to be there. So whatever you type, whenever you're beginning it, it has to follow this begin and end document. So in the next slide, yes, see, I have now recompiled. So you see the abstract is already here. So just remember these things, the begin document, which is by default there, it has to be there. And inside the begin abstract, you have to type, you then paste or write whatever you want. And this end abstract will be there. And then you just go to this recompile button. And here you see abstract has already come. And it has taken the exact formatting that we look. So, you know, in words, many a time we really face a lot of problem in doing the formatting. But in LaTeX, you don't need to think about all this thing. And you can actually type the whole article in your Word file. And then you just can put it here and it will come automatically in this size. So I hope the abstract section and subsections are clear. So I go to the next one. Yes, now many of us use a lot of tables in our thesis or in our articles. So here, when I want to do a table, what I have to do is first again, backslash begin table. This is very important. So I have to put a backslash begin table. Now here, either you can type the whole thing or I can just give you a shortcut. So there is something called LaTeX table generator. So if you can just go for the next slide once. Yeah, this one. So there is something called LaTeX table generator, which is easily available in Google. You have to type LaTeX table generator. This page will open, this one. And you do whatever you want to put on the table. Here, this will come as a blank and you put it. I have just for the example put X and Y and I wrote all these things. You can add as many as you want, like when you are doing data analysis or whatever, you can do as many as columns and rows you want. And then you have to click this button, generate. So once you click this button, this table will automatically be generated. So this is the table you can see. You just need to copy and, so the previous slide, please. You just need to copy and paste it within this begin table and end table. And then recompile and see the table is here. I have not used the tabular format, so you can also use that. See, here the tabular formats are there. If you want to bring the columns and the rows and everything, if you specify, it will automatically come here. So either you can type the entire table here and do it, which is a bit complicated for the first time users. So my suggestions will be, since you are using it for the first, if you are actually using it for the first time, just go to Google, look for LaTeX table generator, put your table there, however, whatever, whichever columns you want to put, and then generate table there itself, and then you come and paste it here. and then recompile, it will automatically be reflected this side. Yes, somebody was asking for how to insert image and all. Yes, that is also very interesting. What you have to do first is, see, there is a button. This button is for uploading. So first you have to upload your image this side. It's very important. Your image has to be uploaded here. If you have any graphical representation or any image that you want to upload, you have to click the upload button first, and then automatically a window will open where you can put the image, like you can take the image from directly from web. You can take it from your machine. You can use the graphics already there in your machine, or you can also download it from the web, whatever you want. It is there. All the options are there. And then automatically it comes here. Now, whichever place you want to put the image, in whichever area you want to put the image, you have to put a /image. Then they will ask for the file name. This is your file name, image1. You put the image1, recompile, but it will not come this side. Why? Because you have to choose a package. So in the document class, I showed just below document class, there is a place which shows package. So there you have to write graphic package. If you write GRA, it will automatically come. You have to click that and the graphic package will be on. So then whatever picture you want to bring, port and everything, it will automatically come to this side. So yes, when we do this kind of writing, we definitely need a lot of graphics and pictures to be pasted here. So that can also be done with the help of this. Okay, so the next slide. So this is what the things that you can do with it. So yes, this is how the table has come here, and this is it is here. So the next one. So this is what the next very interesting thing that you can do is, let's say what I was discussing till now is basically an article format. You see, yes, the package I was saying, see here, it is use package. So here I have used this Imputing package, which doesn't have the graphic. If you want to use some graphical package, that is also there. You just need to type, it will automatically come. Now, document class. So here, since I have chosen the blank format, so by default, they took article, and see the article formats are here. Now here you can put a square bracket. Let's say you want to send your article for IEEE or Springer or any popular journal. You can actually put it here itself by putting a square bracket. This side will automatically take that. Now I want to show you, like if instead of article, if you want to do it in a book format. So the next slide, sir. Yeah, see here, what I have done is instead of article, I wrote here book. So the moment I have recompiled, this part has become the book. So you see this become the first page of my book. So it said LaTeX Learning, Dr. Manali Bhattacharya, July 2020, or whatever you want to write. And in the next slide, so if we go to the next slide, yeah, see this is the second page of the book. So they have automatically taken the book format. I had to do nothing. What I just did is instead of article, here I type book. Similarly, you can type poster, you can type letter, you can type PowerPoint presentation, whatever you want to type, you can type within this curly bracket, recompile, and your text will be shifted into that. You don't have to do anything. And beside the curly bracket, you can bring a square bracket and you can specify the font size and everything. Also, you can divide it into columns if you want. Let's say if you want to divide it into columns, that can also be done. So the same way, what you have to do is here only, where you have written book, here only you can just put 2 columns. So the moment you put 2 columns, this article will be divided into 2 columns. Let's say you want to put it on 2 sides. So one on the left side, one on the right side. Like one page will have left, one page will have right side. The same thing you can do it here. You can, within the square bracket, whatever you actually want to put. So yes, double columns you can do like document class. Then you put a square bracket and write 2 columns. But one thing, please remember, when you are writing two columns, TWOCOLUMNS, there should not be any gap between that. If there is a gap, an error will come. So what you have to do is document class, square bracket, two columns, two sides, whatever you want to bring, you are free to do that, but there should not be any gap in between. You close the second bracket and you write whatever you want to write in the curly bracket, like book, articles, etc., etc. This page will be divided into two columns. It can be divided into two sides, whatever you want. Another very important thing for the people who write theses and do research and all is referencing. We find a lot of difficulty in organizing our reference things in a proper way, in a APA style, in IEEE styles and all. So that can also be done in a much, much better way through this portion. What you have to do is the entire reference that you have created, you have to upload here. Okay, once you upload it by using this particular upload button, it gets automatically reflected here. Okay, so then you just have to put here reference, again, same, backslash reference. You just have to put backslash reference and then the curly bracket will come. Within the curly bracket, you write down what style you want, IEEE style, APA style, or whatever you want. Just put it there and you recompile. The entire reference will be copied in the same way. But one thing here I want to specify, if you just write APA, they are not going to take it. What you have to do is you have to go to Google and you have to see what is the exact word used for APA styling. That you need to copy and you have to copy it here. Just writing simple APA style, they are not going to take it. They will take the exact nomenclature which is used for APA style and then you can just put it here. The referencing will automatically come. Yes, the two column one I can show, but if I am able to present it, let's say if I can do that present of two column. Just give me 1 minute.
Not an issue, madam. If required, I can do that, during that time. So you can carry on with what you. So when I'm presenting, I can do that for the two columns.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So yeah, so the two column is basically very easy to show. I mean, it's the same thing. Like you just need to put within the square bracket two columns and everything. So this is how you can use LaTeX online. So you can insert graphics, you can insert table, you can insert anything. Now the special characters, that is very important. Let's say you want to use some special characters. So it can be a hashtag sign or a percentage sign or whatever you want to write. What you have to do is whichever place you want to put that special character, before and after that, there has to be the dollar sign. You have to put dollar sign before and after the special character. For example, you want to do a percentage, you want to show percentage. If you write percentage only, this LaTeX will not be able to identify that. So what you have to do is put the dollar sign, then percentage, again a dollar sign, and they will automatically take. Now, once you have finished everything, you can download this by using this particular button. You see, sir, if you can make it full screen.
Yeah, just a moment.
Yeah, so you see here, this is the download button. So it can only be downloaded in PDF format. You can download it in a PDF format. So from here, it can be downloaded. Now, there are many other options also that this can give. First is share. Let's say two people are writing the article together. So what you can do is you can share this particular article, the one that you are doing, with your collaborator or co-writer. He or she can automatically do his or her editing in the same page. You just need to share it. You will automatically, a link will be generated which you can share. From here, you can directly submit also. Like they give that option of submission also. If you want to submit in Good Journal, you can do it definitely from there, this place also. Like you can just submit it here. You can actually chat with your collaborator or the co-writers using this particular chat button. But download, they only give you one option, and that is the PDF option. So you can download it in the PDF option. So this is what is all about Overleaf LaTeX. There are many small things which are also there, which is very difficult to explain in this short time. If you have any specific question, do write in the chat box. I will definitely answer each one of them after Dr. Uma Shankar Pandey finishes his presentation. Thank you so much, sir, for your support.
Ma'am, thanks for such a wonderful presentation. I will ask for your apology, as I could not introduce you before your presentation. So I'll just take this opportunity to introduce Dr. Manali Bhattacharya. Dr. Manali Bhattacharya is an alumnus of Calcutta University and professor in charge of Mass Communication Department, St. Xavier's University. Dr. Manali Bhattacharya has 14 years of experience in academics, and her research interest lies in marketing communication. Ma'am, thank you so much for sharing with us.